That was Yoni Tepo, everybody. I'm just doing a whole bunch of setup here. Oh, there's more Yoni. Thank you, Yanni. That was lovely. Thank you very much. All right. So we're over here. Okay, it's Canada Day here in Canada. On the west coast of Canada, on the very close to the U.S. border, is kind of where I am, and I bet you we're having a Seattle kind of a day. If Seattle is overcast and precipitous, then that's what you can expect up here in Vancouver. If you're going to come up for the July 4th weekend or whatever you call it. July 1 is Canada's July 4th, and July 4th is Canada's. Is the U.S.'s whoa. July 1st is Canada's July 4th, and July 4th is the U.S.'s July 1st. Okay, I think that works. Even though it's Canada Day, I'm looking for something positive to talk about, and I'm scouring the internet and I'm not finding much. The one thing that has kind of stuck out at me about what's happening now is the post-Brexit vote response. I didn't expect there to be any hesitation. For my part, and I know this is going to do with Canada, but for my part, the referendum was held. Britain, the UK voted to leave the EU. Article 50 should have been invoked the next morning, and the vote has taken place over a week ago, and up to now, Article 50 has not been invoked. This is a joke, ladies and gentlemen, a joke. I'm just not sure what to make of it, because it's almost like it's not happening. That's how much of a kind of unbelievable joke it is. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. Now, Canada. It's very quiet out there. I mean, it's only 10, not even 11 o'clock in the morning. It's very quiet. I haven't looked to see if there's any celebrations on today. Like I say, it's looking very precipitous, verging on rain. We already had a little bit of a shower. So I don't know. So let's call this the Morning Canada Day show. Well, I called it. I titled the hangout "Celebrating Canada Atheist Day" because essentially, that's exactly what kind of a holiday it is, as opposed to July the 4th. It's, yay, Canada, woohoo, let's have a party, let's get out, let's be free, yay, wave the flag. That's kind of what Canada Day is. I'm going to just put my headphones in. I bet you the audio is shitty, and I've been exposing you to shitty audio. Hold on a second. Just change this around. Okay. All right. This should be better. So the differences: July 1, Canada Day; July 4, Independence Day in the United States. Canada Day first, because it is their day. So what we do, like I say, we're celebrating. We're in the streets. We're whipping it up with Canadian flags and Canadian wash away tattoo things on the kids' faces, and cultural community events, family events and parades, perhaps, just like regular a day of national pride, for whatever that's worth, versus July 4th, which is all about independence and fireworks and drinking and the flag and God bless America and thankful to God for America, and everything about the United States, everything to do with anything publicly run, it seems, or government run, has got a religious sheen to it. It's so wrong, so wrong. I don't see what the Constitution of the United States is helping, or how the Constitution of the United States is helping the United States stay or keep up or even reach the 21st century. It hasn't left the 18th century yet. We complain about, Islamic countries living in the, 8th or the 7th century. Okay, fine. But how does that help when the United States is living in the 18th century? It's the 21st century now. Yep. So, I was hoping for some guests to join me in the hangout, but it don't look like there are anyone out there even listening or watching. So, maybe, yeah. It says 2, and I'm probably one of them. So there's got to be at least one. Let me check it. Let me check the chat. The YouTube. What am I doing? YouTube chat. Nothing there. Well, I wasn't really going to make this too long. I just wanted to see if there was anything happening this morning, Canada-wise. Anybody got a story? Can anybody understand or link the Canada Day celebration to an Atheist Day celebration versus the July 4th celebration to a theistic type of event? That's the way I look at it. Except for those in the US, especially in the Washington area, I guess, who drive up to Vancouver for the weekend for a much deserved long weekend in a free city, a free province, for the most part, free country. Anywhere where the RCMP do not police is pretty much free. Anywhere where the RCMP do police any jurisdiction is under police oppression, in my opinion. I think the RCMP is again a almost like a 1950s type police organization, the RCMP specifically. In Canada, a lot of cities have their own police department. Vancouver Police Department is our police department, and they work considerably more different than the United States city police would work, I think. Yeah, our police let us live and leave us alone, for the most part. But then again, you know, citizens harass the police as well. So, that was one thing I wanted to point out between the Canada Independence Day and the United States Independence Day, is that I believe in celebrating the Canadian Day of Freedom, we are celebrating a day of, we are celebrating a society, a lifestyle of freedom, choice, and the complete separation of church and state, with no religious oppression in any way whatsoever. That's Canada. If anybody from the United States would like to pop in and give me a United States perspective, I would entertain that, sure. All right. You do realize, I guess, if I do take this, if I do cut this short for whoever's watching, even if it's myself, if I do cut this short and it doesn't go anywhere, and it is of no entertainment value whatsoever, then once I stop it and it gets processed, it goes straight to private. It's not a public. It's not a public resource anymore because it's pointless. Did I celebrate by burning down a maple tree? I don't think we even have maple trees on the West Coast, to be honest with you, Lou. I have no idea. No, I celebrated by waking up in Canada and realizing that I woke up in Canada and had a bit of a smile, you know. I thought of the you know, the what do you call yourselves, you Yankees? You I don't know, what do you guys call yourselves? Yankees? Margans? Whatever. But burning down a maple tree sounds like a fucking fun idea. Damn, it sounds like a fun idea. I think they're only on. I think they only exist on the East Coast, but I have no fucking idea. Yeah, maybe we do. I don't know. Horticulture is not my strong suit. Knowledge about anything is probably not my strong suit. All right, so what do you guys call yourself in the Pacific Northwest if Yankees are the Northeast? Canadians? So let me just see. In UK out of EU, big news. Young Palestinian kid breaks into a house and stabs a 13-year-old girl to death. Big news. That's another big news item. And then the Palestinian is, or the now terrorist is killed, of course, shot by security forces, which I think is another thing to celebrate. Another dead terrorist. Lovely. I do talk about the Middle East at this point. I guess full disclaimer, I hate Islam. Islam, I hate you. Anyone who follows Islam, I don't trust you. I don't want to see you. If you follow Islam, get the fuck out of my way, out of my sight, out of my continent. Well, there's another thing we can do, I can do, and I was thinking of doing this, but again, I don't know how much time it's going to take. Well, this is a message to Fiction Fighter. I know you're expecting a lot of fun and a lot of entertainment, a lot of interaction, but so far, after running 30 minutes or so, no one has come in to entertain us. That could be a result of a number of factors. It could be personal, could be me. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'll accept that. Could be the timing. It's kind of 11 in the morning on the West Coast and afternoon on the East Coast, and everybody's doing stuff, having fun, and who gives a shit about the internet today? And it also could be Americans seeing Canada Day or whatever. Fuck it, I'm not interested in that. And it could also be that Ask an Atheist is the most boring fucking content creator on this YouTube platform. Kind of sound like I am today, don't I? Oh, no, but I gotta get going on my coffee. Oh, I kind of thought I'd get to wake up to a nice day, Canada Day. I thought sort of saddle up my dog and we'll go out and sort of adventure out and see what's happening. But it's just not kind of ready yet. Maybe it'll warm up a little later on or something. But now it's kind of, you take your raincoat with you, or you wear your raincoat because it's gonna possibly start to rain any minute. So I understand they're putting solar road panels on Route 66. Okay, I got two questions. One question: where the hell is Route 66? And why does it matter? And who travels Route 66? I think it's some. I've heard it, Route 66. It's some some historical, it has some historical value. Route 66 does, doesn't it? How come I can't get any broadcast? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, to go back to what my thought was, I was thinking of maybe I'm a little bit too far into the show right now, and I should have thought about it earlier. But I was thinking of taking an opinion or a video opinion by someone on something, and listen to it and comment on it. I guess I wasn't thinking very clearly when I started this hangout, but yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Perhaps even later on today, once everybody's got some adrenaline in them, and including me, of course. And then I'll yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I didn't plan the show out very well. Very well. It was kind of impulsive. So, what I want to know is if anybody could put down what it is they would like to listen to and discuss, or I'm going to pick one myself and listen to and discuss. The more how can I say, the more offensive it is to, well, anyone, the better it is. On the premise, using the premise that atheists cannot be offended, everything's on the table. Fair enough. Okay. I should actually call this Celebrating Canada Atheist Day Part 1. Because what I'll do is when I come back to it later on, I'll just call it part. If you know what I mean. Hey, Vern, you know what I mean, Vern? Fun and part 2. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, this morning and last night I was watching a whole bunch of videos, which I really wanted to start right then and there. A discussion, stream them or mirror them, and no, I wouldn't be mirroring them. They weren't live, but sort of stream them through my window and listen to them and make comments. That's what I wanted to do. But I didn't. Now, I do want to make one more quick mention of why I especially invite Cathars and Satanists into my hangouts. Firstly, because I understand a lot of what Catharism is. I read a book that when during the Albigensian Crusade, which is the liquidation of the Cathars in southern France by the French, by the Pope and the King of France. One of the inquisitors, one of the guys who was doing all the the interviewing, interrogating, and whatnot, he took copious notes about or not him, but people that who were recording these interviews or these interrogations, they took notes with names and what they did and who they were and where they lived. And the book I read was basically a woman who took all the notes and compiled it all into sort of an understanding of the area around which they were finding out who all the heretics were. The Cathars were deemed as heretics, and of course they were interviewing people to find out if they were heretics and if anyone in the family and if they knew of anyone and all this kind of stuff. It's a book called Montayu, if you're ever interested in reading it and finding out more about the Catharism. I have it right here. I actually bought it. It's called Montayu, The Promised Land of Error, written by Emmanuel Leroy-Ladurie. And it is classified as history/anthropology. All right. Okay. Doesn't look like the interest in the group right now is exactly hustle and bustle. So I'm going to shut her down, and I am going to let Yanni. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put Yanni on you right now. I'm just going to say, just sort of quietly say, toodaloo, have a lovely Canada Atheist Day, be reasonable, and stay secular.